May the Triple Gem bless you. Today, Buddhist channel, we hope to discuss about a great monk who have good qualities. Let me introduce about the great monk. He is the chief monk of International Buddhist Temple in Geneva, Switzerland, and also the chief of the Sri Vijayananda Buddhist Center in Hokandara in Sri Lanka. Most Venerable Thawalama Dhammika Thero, who has been delivering the Dhamma around the world since many years. First of all, Venerable Sir, we would like to know about your life as a normal person in the society and then as a monk.
Thank you very much. I was born in the beautiful village called Thawalama at Henidhumpattu in Galle. Our parents were Mr. Sumanasena Singh and Sopinana Lienege, my mother and father. It's a very beautiful village. It is really very rich village by the nature. So I was born there. Up to the grade 6, I went to study at the Thawalama Vidyaraja National College. After completing the grade 6, I always wanted to become a monk. That idea was originated as the Buddhist background we did have in our family, with our grandparents and the parents. And I was the very keen student of the Sri Vijayananda Dhamma school at that time. And I was one of the clever students according to our teachers. Those days, when my teachers asked me, what are you going to do in your future? I always say, I am going to be a monk in the forest. It would not happen, but Switzerland is also like a forest when we think of the Dharma. So I became monk when I was 10 and a half years old in 1967 at the Sri Vijayananda Royal Temple under the guidance of my masters, Most Venerable Mavanane Sri Sonuttara Nayaka Thero, and also Mavanane Sri Premananda Judicial Sanganayaka of Galle and Matara district, and also Venerable Habarari Indaratana Thero, the Chief Sanganayaka of Southern Province. And our center, our temple is a Piruvana monastic education center. I was studies until the GCE O level under the guidance of my master, the same place, learning Pali, Sanskrit, Buddhism and all other necessary subjects at that time. And also the Prashin examinations. Then after I entered to the Vidyalankara Pirunat Panipitiya to do my further studies advanced level. Then I was selected to the Sri Jayawardhanapura University and I did 4 years honorary degree in social science. At the same time, I was appointed as the teacher. So I taught Bandarawila, Matale, Polonnaruwa and Colombo, so many schools. At the end of my school career, I went to the Ananda College as the Dhammacharya with the advice of Most Venerable Habardinda Naik Thero as well as Most Venerable Divyagaya Naik Thero. There I was 2.5 years. Then after I went to France to continue my further studies, I have done already master degree, 2 master degrees in Sri Lanka. One is in Buddhist philosophy at the Postgraduate Institute of Columbia University. Then also I did master in social science in English medium. Apart from that, I was trained at the English Training College at Maharaka. All these things qualified me to do my future services as a teacher, as a preacher, as a Dhammadutta monk, and also someone who is really people like me to have my service, of course, as I was doing these services in a very compassionate way. When I went to France with the help of Most Venerable Parvati Chandranaik there, and also with the advice of my 2 masters, Venerable Habari Indranaik Amdru and Venerable Divyagaya Sasithera Naik Thera, and I continued my studies there, especially to learn French at the Saint Denis University. After that, I have to submit equivalent to the master I did in Sri Lanka. So I prepared a thesis on Buddha Ghosts and commentaries. Then after I entered the University of Sorbonne, one of the most popular, recognized, reputed university in the world. So I did study for 6 years in the University of Sorbonne. In the same time, I helped to Venerable Parvati Chandraratana to start a Buddhist center in France. Then in 92, with the help of many Sri Lankan and Asian Buddhists, I went to Geneva and started first Buddhist temple in Switzerland. That's the first Buddhist temple in Switzerland in our tradition, Theravada tradition. And also, I started to work there for 31 years. We have organized a lot of conferences, peace engagement, meditation classes, meditation retreats, and many other things. As a Buddhist monk, we could, according to the teachings of the Buddha, to run service to the humanity without respecting any class or caste or whatever. This is really based on the teachings of the Buddha to help the people, those who need the teachings of the Buddha. In Europe, there are a lot of people, those who have thirsty to learn Dhamma. We do fulfill that task with the highest effort to fulfill their desires by teaching meditation and giving Dhamma lectures. In Geneva, many schools invited us 2 or 3 times per day to arrange a religious day with other religion. We do a very beautiful work among the young students. Because of these things that we have performed for many years, I remember very well, we have done a research work with the help of the Lausanne University and Geneva University. There we found 80% of the young population above 18, in between 18 to 25th, most of them, they say, about 80%, if they choose a religion for their life, they will find Buddhism. There are a very positive echo for the teachings of the Buddha. And we try to cultivate their confidence on Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. And apart from that, we try to cultivate giving lesson and example in order to develop, according to the teachings of the Buddha, 2 noble qualities, the compassion and wisdom. So, many people are getting benefits from our center. Apart from the Asian Buddhist people, including Sri Lanka, 3/4 of population in Geneva, those who get benefits from our center are local people, Swiss, French, German. There are 170 countries people are living because of the United Nations. So even a small meeting that we do hold, there are maybe 10-15 nationalities different. And we do this service for 30 years, giving a program in advance every year from 1st of September to 30th of June. Everyone knows what we are going to do during the year in our center. So many people are interested in Buddhism. Apart from that, I am very happy to mention here that when I am the first Theravada Buddhist monk who became Swiss nationality. That's something very important too for the people, those who are there. And we are always very interested in working with other religious people. The pastor of the Geneva St. Peter's Cathedral, he who signed my papers when I am going to get my nationality. That means if you are very pleasant and creative and qualified monk, you can go so further. The doors are open everywhere in the world. As Buddhist monk, is really something encouraging for the young Buddhist monks, what we are performing, doing in Switzerland. So for 3 decades of time, we do all these things in Switzerland and Geneva and also many other countries with the invitation of different people of different countries. I hope that we could do, if we do have more capable Buddhist monks, we can do a lot of things in the world in the name of the teachings of the Buddha.
Reverend Dhammika Thero, we would like to know, how did you begin your service in propagating Dhamma around the world?
It's a good question. In Europe, if you are a monk, it is very clear that you have to be a meditative monk. All these ceremonies really, of course, interested by Asian people, having blessing for marriage, birthdays, and sharing marriage with the departed relatives. These kind of things, what we do, what we perform as the monk, the traditional way, what we do in Sri Lanka. But in Europe, you have to focus mainly to teach meditation. Many people are interested in Buddhist meditation. When they get shocked or upset, something happened in their life, they try to find through media or internet where there is a Buddhist center. I met many people in Geneva, in Switzerland, in other European countries, those who are interested in Buddhism, when they do not find sufficient solution from their native religions. So there are a lot of doors are open for teaching the teachings of the Buddha in Europe. We started this service in a very particular way to make them more understand, to go deep into the teachings of the Buddha by doing counseling, teaching meditation, organizing meditation retreats in the Swiss mountain, 2-3 years per year, and a weekly meditation program that we do. For instance, Monday, 7 o'clock in the evening, we have meditation. Tuesday, 12:30 midday, noon, we do meditation. Likewise, we have 5 meditation program per week. Different 5 group of people are regularly participating, associating to come to these meditation sessions. And also, end of the last Sunday of the month, we do 1 day meditation. Every Wednesday, we do a Dhamma discussion. After having half an hour meditation, we do give discussion or speech in French or English, that depends the audience. And likewise, we do continue our service to the people, those who need to have, to know or understand or be close to the teachings of the Buddha.
Reverend Dhammika Thero, we came to know that recently you have been appointed by Malwatu chapter of Siamese sect as the chief Sanganayak of Switzerland. What do you feel about that?
That is why I came this year to Sri Lanka to receive this credential as the chief Sanganayak of Switzerland. These kind of things are really offering for monks even in the ancient time of the Buddha. This tradition is still continued in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, in Bush countries. So the Mahanayaka Thero of the Mallatta chapter of Siamese sect and other two Venerable Anunayakas and the other committee members of the 20 committee members of the Mallatta chapter, they had been conferred me this title as the chief Sanganayak of Switzerland to encourage monks like us to continue and to work hard in order to propagate the teachings of the Buddha, not only Sri Lanka, but also in the Western European countries, especially in Switzerland. Is really an encouragement. I do feel very much that, and I thanks and I show my gratitude with their compassion and attitude that they did have regarding whatever I have completed during 31 years of time in Switzerland, in Europe, and some other countries. It's really, I really appreciate that, and I was impressed deeply by having this honorary title and also the post, a kind of appreciation what I have been performed for 30 years of my monk's life in Switzerland, in Europe. Apart from that, what I have done here as a teacher of Ananda College and also many other districts as a government teacher and also Dhamma speaker, Dhammaduta monk, and using all the medias at that time, writing Dhamma articles in papers, and a lot of things that I could do those days when I was in Sri Lanka as well as now, for appreciating all the service that we have performed for these many years of my monk life. I have been monk for 54 years already, and it's really, I feel, something very important to have this kind of appreciation from our headquarters of the Siamese sector in Mallapu chapter.
Reverend, explain us what are the main activities that you are doing related to the International Buddhist Center in Geneva.
Very good. We have firstly, we have built up International Buddhist Center in the 1 acres of land next to the airport in Geneva, 2 bus stops to come to the temple and 6 bus stops to the city. It's a very beautiful place. We do not find anywhere in Geneva that the most expensive land is in Switzerland, and we as Sri Lankan, we can be really proud of creating this center in the middle of Geneva, which is a very famous city of peace city of the world. Geneva considered as the international capital of Europe and also the peace city. Geneva is the city where the Christianity create for the modern world as Protestant teachings of the Christianity. So we are being collaborated with all the other religious people, those who are living in Geneva, and we do work a lot of things for the engagement of peace and for dialogue with other interfaith people, the Christian, Jewish, Islam, Hindu, Baha'i, and all other main religions. We are very closely working with highest collaboration for many years with these people. Apart from that, the activities of the Geneva International Buddhist Center, as I mentioned before, many meditation retreats, meditation classes, Pali classes, children classes, and annual Vesak and Katna ceremonies. We have been add the two words in Buddhist tradition, Katina and Vesak, for Geneva people's vocabulary. Many people, local Swiss people and French people, they always ask when it is the month of May, Bante, when you are going to do your Vesak. Or October, most of them, they always question when you are going to do your Katna. Likewise, in many areas, we are continuing to render the service to the humanity without neglecting any other barriers or boundaries. Commonly, as the teachings of the Buddha is common to everybody, not only for Buddhists, many people, those who do not have known Buddhism before, come to know to learn Buddhism and practice the teachings of the Buddha with the help of our Geneva International Buddhist Center, which has been open from 92 up to today. So we are very happy what we are doing in Geneva, in Switzerland, and also other countries. We do very often invited by many Buddhist and non-Buddhist people to give this kind of retreat, meditation classes, and so on. So we hope that we are doing something important and to develop the compassion and wisdom, the two noble qualities Buddha has been trodden in his path. So for many years, and we are going to continue more and more these kind of services. That is why I have been appreciated by our headquarters of Malulata chapter regarding the service that we are rendered up to today by the International Buddhist Center in Geneva.
Finally, Venerable Sir, today many devotees are watching this our program, including children, our young generation, and adults. So, Venerable Dhammika Thero, what is the advice you give to our audience to grow up and succeed their life?
Yes, I have to invite everybody, whether you are children or a member of the young generation, please do close the teachings of the Buddha. Buddha said, Sabba papassa karana. Avoid bad, unwholesome actions. Kusala supasampada. Do always to find the time or opportunities to do the wholesome actions. These both are for all religion. But the third one is very important in the teachings of the Buddha. Sachitta pariyodapana. Even though you are a small or young or elder, whatever the thing that you are engaged in, whatever responsibility you do have, please do try to find a time to meditate a little bit, to cultivate your mind, to practice the mind culture. It is very important. It means if we do summarize all the teachings of the Buddha, we do we can be summarized for 3 words: do good, speak good, and think good. These 3 things are very important to be a complete potential human being. That is what very important in our daily life. Most of them, you are becoming Buddhist by family, by birth, but that's not enough. We have to practice the teachings of the Buddha. You will have everything you need to have in this life: the happiness, and avoiding bad circumstance, encouraging and doing your work well, encouraging your all engagement. If you do practice, or if you do close to the teachings of the Buddha, you can have whatever the happiness you need to find in this world. That is my little advice. It means try to find even few minutes in your daily life to practice the meditation, bhavana, the teaching according to the teachings of the Buddha. That will gain you lot of benefits in your daily life, in this life itself. In the moment that you practice, you can have lot of benefits by practicing the teachings of the Buddha. Whatever you do in your material life, it's not important. Try to find a spiritual path in the name of the teachings of the Buddha.
Today, we had a great opportunity to talk with Most Venerable Thawalama Dhammika Thero. Especially, I wish may you live longer in blessed, as well as may you attain the Nibbana by doing all these great services. And these great advices take to your lives to grow up and succeed your life. May the Triple Gem bless you.
Thank you.